Good afternoon, all of you. I welcome, on behalf of Western India Regional Council, the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, I extend a warm welcome to all of you for the today's webinar on GEM procurement, a must know for CMS. We start our sessions by our institute anthem. Thank you so much. CMA Arindam Goswami, sir, Vice Chairman and the Chairman Professional Development Committee. I request sir to kindly address the warm welcome to participants.
Good evening, respected senior members and all my dear colleagues and participants. It is an honor and privilege to address you all as the chairman of the Professional Development Committee of WIRC in the 76th program of the committee. This happens to be the last program of my term. I am proud to share the accomplishments we achieved together throughout the year. We have successfully organized numerous seminars and webinars covering a diverse range of topics, all aimed at enhancing the professional growth and expertise of our members. These events have provided invaluable opportunities for learning, networking, and staying abreast of the latest developments in our field. During the period, we organized 75 plus CPs on various subjects and provided the 135 plus credit hours to our members. I would like to extend my deepest gratitude and thanks CMA Chitrali Goswami, Chief General Manager, Head Corporate Finance Service, ONGC, for your valuable contribution. Your insights and expertise provide immense value to our members. We are really grateful to you, madam, for the all-time support we have received from your end whenever it was required. Thank you once again, madam. I extend my warm welcome to CMA Manoj Kumar Anand sir, Chairman, PD Committee, CMA Neeraj Joshi sir, CCM ICMI, for the constant support that I received from them each time. Thank you, Manoj Anand sir and Neeraj sir. We have covered various topics like CSR, sustainability, GST, MSME, SME, cost accounting standards and records, cost audit, carbon markets, DFSI, etc. We have also organized the webinar series on intricacies of cost audit and cost records. internal audit on different sectors, cost and management accountant in startup strategy. Additionally, we introduced a comprehensive series on UPSC IQS preparation specifically tailored for our newly qualified cost accountant, ensuring they have the best possible resources and support as they embark on their career horizons and opportunities for public services. Also, we organized the webinar on Elevate Your Campus Preparation, a guide to success and unlocking the secrets to interview success for the students' fraternity. I extend my heartfelt thanks to all our members for their active participation. Your enthusiasm and commitment have been the driving force behind the success of our initiatives. I am deeply grateful to all the distinguished speakers, industry experts, and panelists who have shared their insights and experiences with us. Your contributions have been invaluable and have significantly enriched our programs. I hope each and every event, program, and webinar or event been a learning experience for us all. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the CMA Chaitanya Mohire, my chairman WIRC, for his unwavering support, freedom, innovative ideas, and guidance to conduct the numerous successful events. His leadership has been a beacon, inspiring us to strive for excellence and innovation in all our endeavors. I also want to express my deepest appreciation to the CMA Mihir Bas, Honorable Secretary WIRC, and CMA Nantisa, Treasurer WIRC, for his continuous support, innovative ideas, and valuable guidance. His dynamism and the urge to serve the Institute with new venture really needs a mention. Together, we have created a value platform for learning, growth, and professional development. The teamwork displayed throughout this term has been exceptional. And I am truly grateful for the collective effort that has brought us to this point. I also acknowledge the support of our President, CMA Asinji Dalwadi sir, CMA Dr. Ashish P. Thate sir, and CMA Neeraj Dhananjay Joshi sir for their continuous encouragement and support toward the initiatives of the Western India Regional Council. Without their support and cooperation, it would not have been possible for me to escalate to this height. I am deeply grateful for the guidance and support of WIRC mentor, CMA Dr. D.V. Joshi, past president, ICMI, CMA Amit Apte, past president ICMI, and CMA Dr. Sanjay Bhargave sir, past CCM ICMI throughout the year. I also thank Mrs. Gauri Fatke Madam, Ms. Pujanka Gaurav, and all the WIRC staff for their continued dedication hard work throughout the year. Their commitment behind the scenes, untiring efforts, and the 24 into 7 support, even on the weekends, has allowed us to deliver high quality program and seamless experience for our members. As my terms comes to an end, I am confident that we have laid a strong foundation for future growth and success. I look forward to witnessing the continued progress of our professional community. Thank you all once again for your support, cooperation, and collaboration. It has been an incredible journey for me during the last 1 year, and I am grateful to have had the opportunity to serve you all and that I could live up to your expectation now and in the near future. Jai Hind.
You, sir. Now I request our WIRC Treasurer CMA Nanti Shah sir to kindly address the participants.
Thank you, Bhujanga madam. Am I audible?
Thank you. Yes, yes, sir.
So at this moment, let me first acknowledge our chairman WRC Chaitanya Morir sir and our PD chairman Arindam Bhai for the wonderful year that we have had. Just a glimpse of a few programs. Like you all know that we have completed more than 135 hours of CEPs and uh, uh, with more than 75 hours, 75 programs, out of which the unique programs, some of them, let me recollect the memories. First, Regional Tax Convention was an initiative which was very well executed at Bhilai. And also the guidance note on GSTR 9 and 9C, along with the taxation committee, WRC had released the same under the current PD activities. Along with that, we had during the year we had a series for Indian Cost Accounting Service preparations for newly qualified CMS, which was a wonderful initiative. And there were so many industry-specific programs also back in September. Before this, SME IPO listings were into boom. We had already had a program on the same. Now you can see the SME IPOs are seen as multi-baggers. Back then, we were working on how to go about listing SME and many such programs. I've seen Dada, we lovingly call him Arindam Da. Uh, he has worked like anything. He has motivated all of us, bonded us like a team, and also Chaitanya Bhai for his leadership from the fund, and obviously all the dignitaries for the cost of repetition. Let us not go into that. And with this, I request Pujanga Madam. I hope that you all will continue serving this. Like our committee and the members like this in future also, and also give us a opportunity for the same. And with this, I request Pujanga Madam to go ahead with the proceedings.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words, sir. I welcome our WIRC Chairman CMA Chaitanya Lakshman Rao Mori sir, and now I request sir to kindly address all the members and participants. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pujanka.
Thank
Uh,
you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone, respected dignitaries. First of all, I would like to thank Arindam Dada for conducting the 76th program. If we consider the CEP hours, so more than 135 CEP hours we have considered, and there are a lot of efforts Arindam Dada took to arrange these 76 programs. And this is the first time, this is my fifth year in the council, but first time I'm seeing that we have a very different bonding, our within our office bearers. So all of us, along with the guidance of CMA Neeraj, CMA Ashish Satya and Ashwin Dalwadi sir, this team is completely different with a unique combination. And for every initiative, all of us are supported or all of us took that initiative. If there are any suggestions, we took that suggestions very positively, and we executed all the things. That is the reason, right from chapters meet at Goa till the last function today, last EP program today, we successfully organized all the events, and that is actually it's a, I give credit to my office bearers who actually stood very firmly with me. So special thanks to Arindam Dada, Nanti Bhai, Mihir Bhai, and Neeraj sir, Ashish sir, and Ashwin sir for their guidance. This is today's EP is on Go GEM. So basically, GEM is Government E Marketplace. It's a public procurement portal for procurement of goods and services for all central government and state government ministries, departments, and public sector units and affiliated units. So this is a again, this is a unique topic which is selected by Arindam, and I'm really thankful to Chaitali Goswami madam, who is working in the public sector department, and she will give us the insight for the GEM portal and how the GEM procurement will happen. So I'm hoping that next year also the same we will organize the programs on different topics, different for different industries. Uh, and especially, I would like to mention that the two programs which Arindam Bhai actually did it very दिल से किया है उन्होंने. So one is for the UPSC for the UPSC ICOAI exam, UPSC exam, whatever curriculum was there for that, he has arranged a series of webinars and the costing for different industries. So those two programs are very much appreciated apart along with the other programs. So and once again, I appreciate and I thanks Arindam Dada. Thank you. Over to you, Pujanka.
Thank you, sir. It is our great pleasure to with us CMA Neeraj Dhananjay Joshi sir, Central Council member, the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. I welcome sir, and now I request sir to kindly address the participants.
Thank you. First of all, a very good afternoon to everybody. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, very warm welcome to all of you to this program of PD committee. Let me first congratulate our chairman of PD committee and vice chairman of WRC, CMA Arindam Goswami sir, for conducting CP programs or PD programs on various topics. He has already given a brief introduction on what all topics were covered by WRC team under the PD activity. And I'm really happy that they are making the topics more varied, more informative, and more suitable to the demand of the members, both in industry as well as in practice. I also congratulate the entire team of WRC, ably led by CMA Chaitanya Morir sir, for almost for completing this 1 year of their first tenure. So we are almost towards the end of our chairman, and I wish our vice chairman Arindam Bhai all the best. I hope that he will take over as the chairman of WRC and will continue in the same fashion. The PD activities also will continue in the same fashion, rather they shall grow. Now we have this wonderful report on cost audit that has come in. I am very sure that many more programs will be arranged on the topics of pure costing and management accounting as well. I'm confident that our WRC team will be doing that and will be building or will be conducting some kind of a capacity building kind of a training under various domains. So what I would now request them is to have more sessions in formats of workshops, maybe a little smaller group at a time in physical or in virtual mode as well, but where then there is interaction with the faculty and the members. So more of a workshop kind of a program schedule in the next year, so that there can be real training that can happen under various topics. So that is some suggestion from my end. Uh, I'm very glad that the topic that has been chosen today. I'm a practicing cost accountant. I'm registered on GEM portal. So I know what is the importance of registering on the GEM portal and what are the nitty-gritties. But we have a very expert speaker who would be addressing us and telling us that what are the importance of registering on GEM portal, maybe what is the care that we shall take, how we can use GEM portal to best of our practice or to our advantage. So it's a very innovative kind of a subject that Arindam Bhai had chosen. I really congratulate Arindam for choosing this particular subject of GEM portal. It is more or less to do with the tendering process by which there is a plethora of work that is available for the practitioners. It's not only the cost audit, but there are so many professional avenues that are available on the GEM portal for the people in practice, that it is very important for all of us to understand how to make best use of it. Even for the people in industry, it can give them guidance on how to use GEM portal to get services of best of consultants or best of vendors from all across India. So it is both way, for the people who are offering the service, for the people who are trying to get the service. So it's really going to be a wonderful session, and I'm very much looking forward to hear from our expert speaker. With this, I once again thank the entire WRC team for giving me this opportunity to express my views. I hand it over back to Kanchan, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It is our great pleasure we have had with a CMA Manoj Kumar Anand sir, Chairman Professional Development Committee ICMAI. I welcome sir. Hello sir.
Madam, thank you very much.
Thank you sir. CMA Manoj Kumar Anand sir is an elected member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India for the term 2023 to 27. He is a former principal advisor, Cost Ministry of Finance, Government of India. He has been a chairman of NIRC of ICMA for the year 1997, 98 and 2000 and 2001. He is a fellow member of the ICMA. He is a MCOM and MBA Finance from Kshatriyastra Graduate Business School, University of the Strathclyde, Glasgow, UK. He has around 40 years of professional experience before joining the central government in 1988 batch in the Group A Indian Cost Accountant Services. Work with a MS HMT Pinjore and MS Philips joint venture with Pali Mohali. He has worked in various ministries, namely Department of Company Affairs, Tariff Commission, Department of Ministry of Defense, Department of Commerce looking after Supply Division, Directorate General of Anti-Dumping, Central Electricity Regulatory Commission, and Department of Food and Public Distribution. During his service, he handled financial costing assignments, making tariff policies, tariff regulations, costing studies, public procurement system management, studies concerning hardcore financial areas, etc. I extend my warm welcome to CMA Manoj Kumar Anand sir, and now I request sir to address our participants and members. Thank you, sir. Sir, you are not audible, sir. Hello, sir.
Anand sir, you are on mute.
I think there's some technical glitch at his end. Let's Punagam try calling him.
Yes, yes. Sir. Wait for 2-3 minutes.
Hello, आवाज आ रही है आपकी?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I am very sorry for this. President of the Institute, Ashwini Dalwadi ji, Chairman and all the members of the Regional Council, our Chief Speaker of the session today, Chitrali Goswami ji, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear professional colleagues. I am really thankful to WIRC for organizing this very versatile topic and an equally versatile speaker whom they have chosen to really address all of us. I'm really very thankful to all of them for giving me also an opportunity to be at this moment, to be with all of you online. There is some connectivity problem in the building in NIRC, so I may be intermittently able to hear or able not to able to hear basically. So kindly excuse me for that. But I wish all of you a very, very fruitful session. Ms. Chitrali Goswami is a very versatile speaker. I have heard her in Noida once, and I'm sure you will all be benefiting very greatly out of the knowledge and out of the plain speak what she is going to do today. I wish you all of you a very big success. Arindam ji, thank you very much for inviting me to this topic. And I thank Neeraj Joshi ji also to be present on this occasion, my council colleague, and all my other people, all my other friends. Thank you very much. Thanks once again.
Thank you so much, sir. Our today's speaker, CMA Chitrali Goswami Madam. She is a Chief General Manager and Head Corporate Finance Services Group in ONGC, the energy giant of a country. She is a fellow member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Also, she is a LLB, Master in Finance, MMUS, PGDM from IIM, and has a certificates in German language. She is a visiting faculty to reputed universities like Indraprastha University, Delhi, Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Bangalore, and ONGC Academy, Dehradun, to name a few. She has work experience in almost all fields of finance in various sectors of industries and commerce, and is a presently focused on connected finance with artificial intelligence. Chitrali Madam is a contributor to the number of management journals and is an invited speaker at multiple national and global summits, a recipient of multiple awards and accolades. Goswami Madam is an enthralling speaker on a range of topic of present day relevance. I welcome Madam, and now I request Madam to kindly start today's session, ma'am. Thank you. Madam, you are on mute.
Namaskar and very good afternoon to all of you. Everyone today has come, leaving aside their weekend plans. And of course, I'm not going to make it very long, so you can still catch up with your evening dinners. I am very, very thankful for all the speakers who have spoken so well, not only about me, but also of the institute activities. And this educates me as well. And I would particularly wish to take the names of our very dear CMA Arindam Goswami, PD Committee Chairman Joshi ji. Then we had Mr. Chaitanya ji. I think I met you in Indore. Manoj Anand ji, I have been speaking to you, haven't met personally as such, but we have interacted so much. And I am told Chairman Sir is also, sorry, the President also may be here. So in case he's here or in absentia, my very, very good wishes and warm welcome. And thank you very much to the Institute for having me over again. And I'm sure I didn't bore you much earlier, because of which today I'm here. So I can consider that all of you have had your cup of teas and now are ready to listen. Actually, what happens is, this is kind of a passion. It's a kind of as I was today, in fact, speaking to Mr. Anandji an hour ago or so, that we need to keep upgrading ourselves. And while I upgrade myself, I share with you. That's my way of upgrading myself. When I share with you, I learn myself, I revise my own knowledge base, and I can stand corrected, and I can also share whatever experience in many long years that I have gathered. With this introduction, of course, must thank our dear Pooja, who always is a very, very
Thank you, ma'am.
fantastic girl, and she's a young lady, upcoming young lady, and do always well, Pooja. You, Gauri, all the institute staff and officers, they also do a very wonderful job. So,
Thank you,
we would,
ma'am.
yes, with all of your permission, I would like to begin my presentation. Of course, in this, MS program, this platform, I will not be able to see you when I share my presentation. So, um I'm sure you all will be telling me, in case you don't listen, hear me out, or let's say, in case, or you don't get to hear me due to technological problems, or you are not able to see my presentation, please feel free to barge in and let me know. And I would, as I think Mr. Joshi said, he's already registered in GEM. So we have many other CMS perhaps who have registered in GEM. So my job becomes easier. But in the interest of those who may not have been exposed to GEM, who may not have registered in GEM, who are maybe students who have logged in, I would be elaborating few things which otherwise you may know. Kindly bear with me for that. So yeah, with your permission, I start. I'm sharing my presentation, Pooja. Just let me
Yes,
know if
yes, ma'am.
you're able to see, okay?
Yes.
Just a moment. Are you able to see?
Uh, no, ma'am.
No?
No.
No.
Mm. Have you given me the sharing rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Why am I not able to? Please bear with me. What are you able to see now?
Now your screen, ma'am, visible.
Not presentation. Now?
No. Once. Now also your screen is visible, ma'am.
Okay. Mm. Shouldn't have been that in this case. I should
Ma'am,
be.
please start the presentation. Then it will visible.
let us see if I no. When I want to share the window does not show my the presentation at all. Okay, let me do one thing. 1 second. Yeah, I'll do this. I will do this. Oh, where is my presentation? Yes, bear with me for a moment. Okay. I have started the presentation, but
Ma'am,
it is
please share.
I don't know. Let me share the entire screen. I can share only. Okay, let me see if I can share. Yeah, now I think I'll be able to share. No. Mhm. Okay, give me a moment. I think I got the trick. It should have been done just like that, but it is not coming. My email. Compose. Just give me one more minute. I'll take. All right. Now. I don't know. Can anybody help me? I cannot. I am not able to share it. Can anyone help?
Ma'am,
Hmm?
please go to the share option.
I have gone to the share option, but when I want to share the content. Okay, then it says screen, window, or tab. All right.
Screen, ma'am.
Click on screen, madam. Click on screen.
If I click on screen, then only my entire screen is coming.
Correct.
Ma'am,
Okay, I'm sharing the entire screen. What can you see?
Yeah, we
your
can see it now.
You can see now? All right.
Yeah, you just
Now can you
drop
see?
down.
yes,
Yes, you can
Can you
yes,
see your
see?
ma'am.
presentation. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Can you see? Okay. Unfortunately, I can't see you. All right. Sorry for taking this 3-4 minutes extra. And Gem, even though we say GEM in capital, actually the government of India uses is at capital G, small e, and M. It's an initiative of Department of Commerce under Department of Commerce and Industry. Everybody knows. This was launched. 1 second, 1 minute, 1 second. I'll stop sharing. Where is that? Okay. All right. This was launched on 9th August 2026. So it's quite recent. Of course, these e-markets, as an emerging markets, of course, e-markets have come to our country about 20 years ago. From that sense, government is late. But, never, better late than never. For the transparency, why to keep the minimum human interaction, government of India has come up with this. One of the key aspect is to minimize human interactions and human, transactional interference. Then it is introduced as a public procurement. Point to be noted, only for the state governments, central government departments, government PSUs, government companies, government joint ventures, and so forth. Only government agencies can procure through this GEM e-marketplace. This is by amendment of Rule 149 of GFR. This amendment has been brought and this e-market has been introduced. Of course, transparency, efficiency, inclusivity, all these are the, motto, especially to curb, procurement corruptions, uh, with the different stakeholders who are involved in the procurement. This is one aspect that Government of India wanted to address. It provides a tool for e-bidding, reverse auction. I'll tell you what is reverse auction, direct procurement, and to facilitate the users. Even though it is compulsory for the government departments to procure through GEM wherever the goods and services are available, but there are certain exceptions which are made when you don't have that goods and services in the GEM, not only in that case, but also where there are goods and services available in GEM. So this is where I bring in practical experience. A large number of goods are available today. 322 services are available today in GEM. So mostly you name it and it is there in GEM, because the same suppliers who are otherwise providing service to the country are now providing through GEM. Now, as I said, no private company can register as buyer on GEM. This is very important to be noted. Now question comes, then why is GEM procurement a must know for CMAs? We take a pause to ponder. If no private company can register, then why CMS must know about it? Because government companies are only handful, but private companies are mushroomed, and most of the CMS are in private companies. The answers are the roles that are played by CMAs. This is where it becomes interesting as to why it is very important to know for the CMAs. As auditor of government companies, CMAs play a role. As arbitrators, they play a role. As counsels in NCLT, they play. at various capacities in GST forums they represent. As employees in PSUs, of course, goes without saying, an employee in government incorporated JVs, which are also considered government companies as such, loosely, an employee in private companies dealing with PSU government companies, how you may be in a private company, but your service provider may be a government company. For example, uh, if there is an engineering project and you are in, say, you're in Reliance, a private company, and you would like to engage an engineering company who is good at it. Even PSU, like we have PSUs like Bridge and Roof of Calcutta. We have other PSUs. So you engage as a private company these PSUs. Therefore, you must know whether they are adhering for their procurement the rules of GEM which they are supposed to. As a part of MDT in a statutory internal audit firm, nowadays this concept has come that multidisciplinary persons are invited to the firm to add value to all the statutory audits. As a part of advisory body to Government of India, by virtue of being institute member, by virtue of being a CMA itself, it is a requirement wherever I want to add value. So this is why this subtopic is a must know for CMAs. Now the website where one can register in GEM is this www.gem.gov.in. Registration in GEM is similar to any other e-registration process. I don't need to elaborate, like you do net banking, you do Amazon, you do Flipkart, you do your Blinkit, whatnot. Same process as the registration process. So far as the technology is concerned. However, the requirement and compliances are different. Also, some of them are common, but many of them are different. Create a login and password in the website as a seller for primary user. Create a login for password in the website as a buyer for primary user. Why am I talking of a primary user? That means there is someone else also who can be an user. So the primary user can add a secondary user. We'll come to that later. No charges for seller or for primary user registration in GEM. It is free of cost. For company, firm, government, the organization PAN is required. For proprietorship, individual PAN is required. As I said, it is mostly similar, like bank login. Aadhaar number of the person filing ITR for the organization would be required while registering. For an organization, only a particular person files the return. So therefore, his or her Aadhaar is mandatory. This is where a lot of resistance comes from the employees of government organization and government PSUs, where why should I use my Aadhaar? I'll share one experience here. When you must have heard about Threads platform. It's nothing but our age-old bill discounting system, but here it is online. So when it was first introduced, I mean, I fortunately was the first one to introduce in ONGC, and as a CMA, one institute can be proud. CAs did not do it, and they were all resisting. When I introduced, my colleagues whom I gave the maker checker authority, they needed to give their personal credentials to make the DIN-DSC, which they resisted heavily. And ultimately, of course, with I intervened, and then finally we could do it. But this is where these things play a role. I mean, why should an individual be held responsible? Now, GEM provides opportunity for agile and lean startups. So startups also can register if they offer a product that is unique, that the concept is unique, design is unique, process and functionality is unique, then they also get an opportunity. And they have different benefits. They are also not treated at par with other suppliers who may have lot of years of experiences, but the startups who have just come up in the market, they get concessions in the years of experience. Therefore, they register in something called Startup Runway. In the GEM portal, there's a corner which is called Startup Runway. So there they have to register. However, in order to be eligible to register for a startup in GEM, he has to be Department of Promotion and Industry and Internal Trade registered startup. It is DPIT. So he has to have that, and he can upload his unique product category catalogs in the Startup India link in that Startup Runway corner. Now, MSME sellers, for them also there's a place in GEM portal. For them, it particularly becomes very important and very, very interesting that they have received this platform so easily. It has come home for them, because most of the MSMEs are not very big organizations. They are just very small, and some of them are run from home, and some of them are run from their courtyards, and therefore they are not able to afford big technology providers and so on, or even the advisors, or even the employees. So therefore this GEM platform has come in a big way to help them. So GEM provides them this option. They can register as MSA or MSME. They have to provide their UAM, that is Udyam number, and the mobile number or Aadhaar number linked with the Udyam number, so that the verification can be done whether they are actually MSc, MSME or not. I'm sure Joshi ji has done this. Benefit of registering as MSc or MSME in GEM. It is mandatory for all government buyers to purchase a certain percentage of products from MSc, MSME every year. Like for ONGC, my company. For me, it is compulsory that I buy at least minimum 20% procurement every year from MSc or MSME. Not only that I have to buy through GEM, I have to buy from MSc, MSME. So they can take this additional benefit, which the other sellers do not have. There are other policies like purchase preferences, make in India, and all that. If I elaborate on that, it will take time. But however, they are linked, very much linked with MSMEs, because most of them, the startups, the make in India companies are MSc or MSME. Other than the very heavy sector, the auto sector or aeronautics sector and things like that. Now, having said that, one must know the GEM tendering process and the stages. So now we know why we should know about it. And unless I know, I cannot contribute academically, I cannot contribute intellectually, I cannot contribute as an auditor or as an MDT member, or even as a counselor, or even as a person handling legal cases with PSUs. In PSUs, usually login passwords are created. I mean, for the material management department. This we should know. CMS must not create that I have no login password, I can't see this, that. No, you will not get the login password, because you are not the tendering person. You're only a tender committee person, or you come in certain roles during the tendering process. The tendering is the role of the procurement department. The login ID is given to authorized person of the procurement department, GEM bids have their own GCC. GCC is, as all of you know, maybe knowing, it is general condition of contract. One of the most important document. One of the most important document. Now here I will share you practical experience. While we have in India this GCC, foreign companies, when you want to deal with them and you want them to supply, I mean, this is not, I'm not saying only GEM, even otherwise, they do not, agree with your GCC. They come there with their international document called SLA and service line agreement, and that they implement globally across their clients all over the world. And this is true mostly for the OEMs and OES. They just do not agree. Of course, again, uh, I have pioneered in ONGC that we would negotiate on the GCC and we would come to a draft GCC to which all international participants can agree. And at the same time, India's interest and the company's interest also be protected. Can I request you all to mute yourself? So some disturbances are coming. Thank you. This is GCC. One can generate custom bid as well on need base. I'll come to the custom bid separately. Otherwise, these are general bids and GEM has its own rule. GEM tenders are floated only in GEM portal. You cannot float the tender otherwise and call it a GEM tender. Non-GEM tenders, once floated, can be floated in GEM in case of retender only. If you have floated a tender outside GEM, now you want to, do due diligence in GEM. No, it's not possible. You have to tender in GEM. But if that tender fails and you re-tender it, then you can do it in GEM. Bids are opened and evaluated in GEM portal by themselves. It's some of them are AI driven. Most of the due diligence is carried out by the GEM portal. Clarifications for deficient documents can be sought by buyer. Here I will like to, for the students, you may think, what is clarification deficient document? If in my bid evaluation criteria, I said, like, let us take a simple example. You have to provide audited balance sheet, and as per your audited balance sheet, your turnover must be this much of the tendered value. Then, and the party has provided the balance sheet with his bid, but not audited one. So we call it deficient document. Now I can seek a clarification that please provide the deficient document that you were supposed to provide. So we give him an opportunity to provide the documents. This is a huge benefit, which otherwise also all PSUs follow. We follow. But private companies, what they do, suppose the party that they wanted to be out and they did not want him in, and he has a deficient document, they would not give him the opportunity to again come with the document. But in ONGC, in all other PSUs, including GEM, we have 2 rounds of deficient document clarification stage. First round, you gave me. Suppose you gave me the audited balance sheet this time, and next I find the audited balance sheet, it is written audited, but the firm seal is not there. The auditor's name is there, firm seal. So again, it is a deficient document. So I give another opportunity to make good these documents. All responses by bidder must be in the GEM portal itself. Very important to understand, to remember. Email, giving the responses in email, giving these deficient document in email or physically will not do. Even if they give you physically or by email, they have to be uploaded in GEM portal. Otherwise, they will not be considered to have been submitted duly. And for this, there are particular time period given to make good these documents. Bidders ranking is then given by GEM portal. So you don't have to even, get bogged down with this ranking and all that. GEM portal gives. However, we have a system in PSUs. Why I'm saying again PSUs? Because who is the buyer? Buyers are the PSUs and government departments. So still the finance person, that is the CMA or the CA or the MBA finance, has to vet the CS comparative statement of the rankings. So when GEM gives us, we do not close our eyes and accept it. We check it once again, because so far checking by GEM is all right. But now that I'm going to give the ranks and one L1 bidder I'm going to select, I have to be doubly, triply sure that I'm doing the right thing. Therefore, at this moment, we intervene. And suppose L1 given by GEM is not L1 as per me, I can raise an issue with GEM and GEM would reply. They are very fast in replying. They're all the time on the online. Executives are all the time online. So now this is the GEM tendering process. The advantages here are they have dashboards, they have these tabs where you can go, you can check the price trends first before floating your tender. Even at the time of your making your estimates for the tender, you can go to the portal and have a look at the price trend. You can see the facilities, you can compare with the GEM marketplace and the other budgetary quotations that you may have obtained, or the purchase history to view a detail of last 6 months orders and contract details. A particular vendor's detail, you have suddenly found, okay, I want to buy these all-in-one PCs. I have found Hewlett Packard's, HP. I have also found Dell. Let me see what are they, who are the buyers and all that. All these most of the major data are there, and hugely used data analytics. So lot of other data also, which otherwise not for the tendering, for just for other my other decisions, crucial decision, I can find and search in a GEM portal. I can find them. Then GEM data validation by rights. During the tendering process, based on the bid evaluation criteria, GEM validates the following with a stipulated total 3 working days per service provider. That means if you have floated a tender, 5 bidders, then each bidder, GEM gets 3 working days to evaluate their papers. But if they do it in one day, they immediately go to the next bidder. Not that they take all 3 days for each. And especially where there are very many numbers of bidders, they do it real fast. They do 2 things. Number 1 is validation of certificates. They check the company name from the government portals. They see the validity of the certificate, their articles of association, memorandum of association, other company documents, then states to which these their trade licenses are from. All these things, the GEM, they check, validate. Then the validation of project experience. Only government or public listed company experiences. Suppose this is an example, the only government public listed company experience I want. Or so if it is government related, which department he got, what is the PO number, what is the order number, what is the value of that project duration, and etc. And whatever other validations have, these I have just brought few of them. There are many validations they do. Now this is rights. Who does this? I hope all of you know rights. Rights is an organization. Now in GEM tendering, this is in short, you all know. All these stages, which like other tendering, these stages, I think in Calcutta I spoke on these contract management when I had spoken on these topics. Uh, then in the contract management, for tendering stage, we have pre-bid conference, we have pre-bid replies given, post-bid conference, post-bid replies, issue of amendments to the tender. And I think I need not elaborate on these. Everybody knows these are possible for gem tenders also, because it is pre-bid conferences. You may uh, you know float the tender, but after that you may keep a pre-bid, so the prospective bidders would come to the for the pre-bid conference, and they will tell their issues there and the replies. Now, as I said, our pre-bid replies of the buyer, post-bid replies of the buyer, resultant amendments in the tender based on those queries of the buyer, everything has to be on the e-tender portal only. No email, no hard copy. The bid evaluation to award, these everybody knows. Technical bid opening, TBO. Deficient document, I explained. First round, second round, I said. There may be time extension because of whatever reason. Techno-commercial evaluation, then PBO, price bid opening, price bid evaluation. I told you, GEM gives you, but you will still do it. Then price negotiation. Here I want to alert the CMAs. Before I introduced an ONGC and I came to this corporate strategy group, everyone was awarding to the L1 bidder with no question asked in GEM. They would do normal tendering, non-GEM tendering, where we carry out price negotiation with the L1 bidder, but not in GEM, because they thought GEM does not permit or it is not required. That is not the case. We also can do price negotiation for GEM bids, because ranking, up to ranking, GEM decides. Once the ranking is decided, awarding, not awarding is up to the buyer. So at that time, if we find they are very high, much higher than the estimate, much higher than the market trend, then we can always go for price negotiation. And ever since then, I think past 4 years, we have been now negotiating, and we have been successfully awarding, bids in that case. But however, I will tell you on the negotiation one more line in some other slide. Then you, of course, award the contract. Then you sign the contract as usual, like other contracts, GEM contract also. The contract is given. See, if a supply contract, all these do not apply. If it is a service contract, these apply. There's a kickoff meeting. In the kickoff, you'll decide how the project will be executed. Then the performance bank guarantee has to be taken within 15 days. Insurance policies have to be in place by the seller. Engineering design, project review, uh, all these critical path method. Then third party inspection verification of the projects during the execution, milestone certification, GST payment, invoice payment. All these are same. Only the tendering part is in GEM. Now there is provision for even liquidated damages. I don't know if I've included in any of the slides. Even liquidated damages you can add in GEM tendering. So please, CMS, do not falter on that. We must include option clause and unique provision. Yes, this is something which is it's really, really beneficial to both buyer as well as the seller. And this option clause is not there in other tendering for the government departments and PSUs. What is an option clause? Up to 50% of the original contract quantity you can increase during the pendency of the contract. Suppose you tendered for 1000 quantity of that all-in-one PC. During the pendency of the contract, you can go up to 500 more such PCs under the same contract, same term, same condition, same price. This is the best, feature It may come to your mind that how is it best for the seller? No, it is, I'll tell you, not only for the buyer. Here again, my practical experiences come. I will show you the second line and then I will elaborate. The buyer reserves the right to increase or decrease the quantity to be ordered up to 25% of the bid quantity at the time of placement of the contract. So I said 50%, here I am saying 25%. So what does it mean? At the time of placement of the contract, I can increase 25%. During the pendency, another 25%. So makes it 50%. The buyer can increase, decrease quantity up to at the time of contract. However, once the contract is issued, contract quantity or contract duration can only be increased up to 25% at a time. Only twice this option clause can be exercised by the buyer and each not exceeding 25% of the tendered quantity. It is mandatory for the awardee of the contract to honor the option clause exercised by the buyer. If the supplier is disagreeing to give this additional quantity, he is breaching the contract. This is what is to be remembered by the CMAs. So we cannot let go of this. We have to take necessary action and we have to persuade the buyer. In many cases, there are a lot of resistance. Now I'll tell you how this is beneficial to both. In many cases, there are a lot of resistance or that no, I will not give you the extra quantity. And in many cases, they are waiting that if ONGC exercises or the PSU exercises this option clause, we would be grateful. See, this is the laws of economics apply. If you have a lot of stock, you want to get rid of them, you want the option clause to be exercised. If the material is scarce, then you do not want the option to be exercised, number one. Number two, do not only think that we are talking of materials which is available in India. We are also talking of materials which are coming from abroad. The service providers of, who are in India, who represent foreign companies, foreign suppliers. I will tell you example of potassium chloride that ONGC purchases. We don't get it in India. We get from Canada, from Dead Sea, from all those Israel and all that. And imagine our condition when the Israel war broke out. What would have been ONGC's condition? See, we come under essential commodity. Our entire production is affected. The production will get closed if we do not have potassium chloride. How I managed as a head finance of the corporate procurement as I only know. So that is the time when we wanted to exercise the option clause, the supplier is not able to give. Then we advised him, okay, you invoke the force majeure. There's no other option. Otherwise, there'll be a breach of contract. Nobody knew the war will break out. These are the, hiccups in middle of these contracting actually. When he contracted, he didn't know that there'd be a war. And during the war also, some supplies were coming till Canada was sanctioned, till Israel was sanctioned. So materials were still coming. Then what we had to do next, we had ordered in staggered manner. Okay, you give me this much in 3 months, this much in next 3 months, this much in after 1 year, and like that. Now suddenly we have to amend the contract condition, and we had to prepone all the staggers because the war may continue and we may completely not get the material, so let us take whatever we have. But my gem tender, it gave me only 50%. So I went to the ministry and I said I want an exemption from it. I don't want to do through gem. So they gave exemption, and then we procured through international bidding. So there are these kind of scenarios. The other scenario where the option clause is hiccup for either of the parties, that especially for the seller always wants that next tender I will be quoting higher price. So why should I give give them the supply here? And the buyer always thinks that no, I should exercise the full option clause so that I can take full benefit. But buyer, if buyer knows I will get higher price in the next tender, but the seller, he knows he can get a higher price from the same company, because these are materials definitely are always required by these PSUs. See, interesting point of government companies and government organization and directorates, we procure same items. Majority 80% procure, 90% procurements are all same. So the vendors are also same. So they also know all our nitty gritties. Therefore, even though this gem procurement is all hunky dory, but there are these issues, inherent issues with monopolistic suppliers, with carteling suppliers, with suppliers who try to control the market and the ministry. Now again, this is vendor assessment. As I told you, RITES is the organization, Rail India Technical and Economic Services. They do this vendor rating, vendor assessment. So you do not, like we used to do what? If we float a tender, we see whether these documents are correct or not, his PAN is correct or not, the organization is fake or it is a valid one. So all these are done in GEM by rights. So your job is much more simpler. So benefits of getting vendor assessment done at GEM. Therefore, all the sellers, when they get, what are the benefits? Pre-assessed vendors are tagged as vendor assessed in front of their names. It's like CMA title. I'm a CMA qualified. So they get a vendor assessed. So immediately we can invite them for bidding. Vendor assessment is a contributing parameter to arrive at a seller rating displayed on the GEM marketplace. The the assessment of the applicant will be based on the authentication of the vendor profile, financial capability, technical details, and all that, like we do otherwise. Vendor assessment services through RITES, which is a reputed body, and a positive rating gives a credibility outside GEM bidding as well. If you can say, if it is not a GEM bid and you're participating, I'm a RITES evaluated, seller. So it gives you credibility. Who are the key stakeholders? We all know all these: JMSPV, MSP, PMU, government, all these GSTN, PAN, all these departments who look after all this. Then auditors are CAG, CVC, vigilance is also there, RTI. Sellers are OEMs, OES, startup, authorized resellers. Yeah, resellers can also supply in GEM, service providers, and banks, rating agencies, other commercial agencies. They are all part of this stakeholders of the government e-marketplace. Now these are the GEM data. Interesting. How many primary buyers are there? 1,49,000. Products are 12,000. Categories, projects, service categories are 322. Total number of orders are 62,79,000. Sellers are 85,000, 81,731 service provider sellers. Then merchandise value is 4,03,707. So these are the statistics of GEM as on 31st March 2024. That is the latest I could catch hold of. Now, multiple procurement options in GEM. We have direct purchase, less than 25,000. L1 bid, that is the lowest bid method, where less than 5 lakhs. Push button procurement, buyer will have an option to create a push button notice, and L1 purchase you can do. It is just click of this thing. You don't have to really go for a tendering as such. Then bid to RA. I will tell you about it. Then intent of buying, PSC, that means PSC is only that kind of that category, that specialty is manufactured or service provided by only certain organizations. So that is PSC. And custom, BOQ, bids, procurement, goods, services, not available on GEM. Custom is available, not in general available in GEM. So goods and services which are not available in GEM, there you can custom, and BOQ, bid, procurement also. I'll talk about it. I was telling you RA, very interesting feature. Now RA is nothing but reverse auction. You have floated a tender. In between, am I audible? Are you all with me?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, only Pooja, you're listening, not no one else is listening.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. You are audible. I am here.
Okay, that shows me some claps. Okay, so RA is reverse auction. Once again, another very good feature. I mean, I personally enjoy the reverse auction a lot. Like the option clause, I enjoy a lot. Reverse auction, why I enjoy a lot, I will tell you. I'll share you my experience with you. In the meantime, let me go to the next slide so that you can. Okay, previous. Okay, let me stay here. Once you have quoted, the bidder has quoted, and 5 bidders have quoted, say L1, L2, L3, L4, L5 rankings have been given. Now I exercise the reverse auction. I can request GEM, please exercise. Through my login, I can do exercise, and I give them time. Okay, I give them time for say next 2 hours. So all the bidders can improve their bids. They can only reduce, they cannot increase. They improve their bids, all of them. No matter who. Please mute your background. Even the the lowest bidder, he also can improve his bid, and then as soon as the time stops, clock stops, GEM automatically switches that off. And suppose I am not happy with this, I again open it, again I increase the time. So the bidder also knows, okay, ONGC is not willing to award, ONGC may go for retendering. So again I open, say I'm just close, now I open for say 2 hours. So they have done. Now again I'm feeling, I'm analyzing, my login person is logged in and he's hooked in and he keeps on looking at this whatever is happening like an auction. And only thing, he doesn't have that hammer to say order. uh, he keeps on looking, and then he says, madam, this much we have got. I said, there we are close, but we might be able to get what we desire, or at least 1 or 2% higher. So I said, okay, open it for 10 more minutes. And it happens, wonders happen. Wonders happen, I can tell you. Wonders happen. Through verbal price negotiation, what I may not be able to achieve, I am able to achieve in this without having a human interference, human intervention uh, on the front of it. So this is reverse auction, and then we award. After that, we close the auction and then we give to the best auction price. Now we say advantages for the buyer. What are the advantages? End-to-end system for registration to payment, provides transparency, ease of buying, search, compare, select, and buy facility, I already told. Offers rich listing of products for individual categories of good services. It has different categories, and you can just drop from the drop down, you can choose. Up to date, user friendly dashboard for buying, monitoring. It's exactly like Amazon or better. Other process redesigned for ease of use. Once you get a hang on of it, it's very easy to use. Option to provide multiple consignee locations and quantity after authentication. bunching of products, bunching of services, price trend for products. Option clause, I already told you, this is an advantage for the buyer. MSME, advantages for the buyer. Then for the sellers, direct access again. They have direct access to all government departments. Otherwise, they are not allowed to enter only the PSUs. Now here they can come and represent themselves. They can put their catalogs there in their individual categories, and all catalogs, products, pictures, photographs, everything can be seen there. Details, technical specifications, everything can be seen, which otherwise is to take them, okay, seek an appointment, I don't give him appointment, then again he goes to another person, they don't give him appointment and all that, no, we don't permit and all that, especially for MSE and MSMEs. Dynamic pricing, price can be changed as per market condition. Strong vendor rating system is a very, very big plus point. New products suggestions facility available to seller. I mean, whenever he comes up with new product for which he is not registered, he can update his information there so that the buyer can see. Seller friendly dashboard, news and events section. They keep getting regular updates on markets, on tenders and upcoming bids. New on GEM shows list of new product categories added. Product categories. Supplies can give supplier. GEM gives product categories. Supplier is saying, okay, I was manufacturing this, say for example, perfume is not there in GEM because no PSU buys perfume. For some reason, some project came where perfumes are used as chemicals. Now GEM will give that. So then they will give this as a product category. Advantage of option clause. I can only think of perfumes and all being ladies. Please don't mind. Okay. Then option clause, of course, for the seller also, as I told you, if he has enough material or if he does not want the future consignment to go to someone else's hand, then he can, he can look forward to an option clause and he will adhere to it. That is another reason they want an option clause, because he doesn't know next tender whether he'll get or not. MSC MSME advantages is the most biggest advantage for the sellers. I think by now Arindam Goswami would have already registered as MSME and he must be already logging in. I'm sure about it. Arindam is, I think, is not now here or busy in some meeting. Okay, GEM buyers, these are the roles I have already told you. Primary user, and he can create his secondary user.
Sir, madam, I am here.
Oh, you're here. Okay. You're not sleeping or not gone for meeting or okay. Very good.
You carry on.
I thought you're already registering in GEM. Okay.
No. Carry on, ma'am.
Okay. These are the user roles. In case you decide to register, these are primary user. Then you have indenter who selects the items and add in the specific buyer's cart. Then the buyer. All these we need not know. All CMAs are qualified enough to understand all this. But these are the categories. These words are used in GEM for these categories. Custom bid, as I was telling. Custom bids are introduced for the buyers for procurement of specialized products and services that are currently not available in GEM. In case of ONGC, even in case of Coal India and many other these organizations where we have to import lot of items, we have to do custom bid to first see whether, there's a funny thing going on. Many of the people will know, especially Anandji and others, they will know that in ministry when you go for an exemption, that sir, I want to procure this internationally because I'm not getting any bidder from India. Then the ministry would say, okay, you do a GEM tender, prove it that there is no bidder, then I will consider your thing. So entire time taken for tendering, then the stages of clarification, ranking, evaluation, then finding that there is no, bidder who qualified. All these nonsense happens, which takes you about 3 to 4 months of a tendering for larger quantities, because you have to give them minimum 30 days to even bid. After that, you go to government, then government takes another 3 to 6 months. By the time your requirements are all over or maybe overdue. So this is something, so therefore this custom bid is nowadays helping. These are also ये उपज है, जैसे you get these experiences, इस उपज से पता चलता है. These custom bids have been introduced where you can customize your bid, saying what are the particular bid evaluation criteria you want. So much so that even a OEM or OES, I hope you all know OEM, original equipment manufacturer, original service provider, OEM and OES, they also can participate in this gem. So salient features are custom bid can be placed for value 5 lakhs for state government. For central government, there's no limit. The buyer would be asked to take an undertaking that procurement of required item is not feasible from items catalogs available on GEM. So that certificate is also provided from GEM. For custom catalog based bid, the minimum bid duration is 10 days and maximum is 45 days. So this is to be remembered. Otherwise, the custom bid will be rejected. I mean, invalid. This is BBQ method of procurement. I told there's a push button method, there's a L1 method, there's a BBQ. Based on bidding enables the buyers to examine the item-wise price breakdown in a larger project. So they break down the project in, item-wise milestones. Say, for example, there is a building you want to, big complex is coming up. So first the survey, land survey, that's a item. Then there's a design, architectural design, that's another item. Then there is a procurement, that's an item. So similarly, so you can break down and see your prices, and as per breakdown, item wise you can compare. Suppose in one bidder has given design 1 crore and the other bidder has given design 90 lakh, you can choose 90 lakh actually and then convert it to, that is how this kind of comparison is permitted. Benefits of price breakup shall buyer to monitor price hike for the same projects. So this is the under browse. If you select BBQ, you get this bidding. Then forward auction. This is another wonderful thing. It's a like our futures, our forward market, like it is, the concept is same. Here it is an auction. So the products are given in auction and you can pre-book them. And the secondary users also registered as buyer on GEM will have to auto-register as an auctioneer onto the FA module, because the primary user can directly do it, but secondary user has to again register as an auctioneer in this case. So eventually here the highest bidder will win the auction, and accordingly you can procure this through this system. This payment methods are all payment, you name it, you have it. The public finance management system which governments use, the integrated finance management system which state governments use, CGDA which the defense organizations use, GPA used for this is non-PFMS using organization. Yes, those who are not central government organizations, but they use this GPA. Then RPS, of course, railway, internet banking, we all know. ERP with various CPSs integrated with ERPs. We know ERP also. I mean, for example, we have SAP, that's an ERP. We have other platforms also, different companies, but only there are good ERPs are only 2 to 3 in the entire world, known, well-known ones. And the other ones are NEFT, check, RTGS, everything is possible except cash. There's no cash dealing in GEM. Now, primary user, he has the role-based secondary user. He can give a role-based secondary user. He can secondary user he can make for process to process the order. He can give another one for bid participation. So he can give multiple secondary users. The primary users is authorized to give. Sellers advantages, I have already discussed, I think, this slide. Direct access, yeah, I have already discussed this, a double slide. Now, category driven catalog management system. There are this quadrant policy. Quadrant 1 only for OEMs, quadrant 2 only for, these are shelves, different boxes, or say tabs they have kept. This, they call it quadrant. So each quadrant belong to quadrant 1. If you go, you see only OEMs. Quadrant 2, you see only OEM authorized sellers. So it becomes very easy and very time saving for the person who is trying to access this portal, GEM portal. So there are these 6 categories. The mandatory certification, license and test reports, other specific certificates wherever applicable, to be mentioned, selected by seller during catalog upload. So all these quadrants have their catalogs also uploaded. Deviations important. GEM is a trust-based system. If you deviate, if you have given false document, it has stringent policy to ban you, to penalize you. And the stringent policy is, there is certain amount of human intervention is there, but not from the buyer side, but it is GEM themselves, that is the portal processors themselves, the one who runs this portal. And so the, how do they do it, how do they punish it, how do they penalize, that is important. So in case of non GEM, you would do, we take undertaking, we write, if any false document, you are liable to be, taken action by us and or by the organization. But here GEM only takes those. You don't have to give them punishment. You are nobody to decide that you will ban him for how many years, for how many months. It is GEM who will do it, depending on the value, the scarcity of the commodity, the value of the commodity, importance of that tender, everything they put together, they do that. So this is done through an incident management policy. So these are ratings. What are the ratings? I will talk about the incident. The ratings are, buyers ratings are timely bid closure, timely order placing, timely acceptance, timely payment. These will give a good rating to buyers. Sellers are timely delivery, good quality, reliability, users feedback. Based on that, the sellers ratings take place in GEM. This is integrated incidents management. If you have an issue with the supplier, you raise an incident, an indent which has is called an incident, and that you raise, and then GEM takes cognizance of that and takes necessary action. Similarly, seller is also authorized to raise an incident against the buyer. So more the incidents, more the punishment penalties, lesser is your credibility. So both the parties are equally affected if incident is raised against them and if they are found to be true. For example, I'll tell you, all of you know that MSME must receive their payments within 45 days. Very recently, in the month of April this year, they have made it a legal statutory requirement. Till so far, it was just a recommendatory. From April, it is a statutory requirement that all MSMEs must be paid within 45 days. And if you do not pay, then you shall not get permission to book that expense, show that expense in your profit and loss account. You cannot charge that expense. It will be disallowed. So now here, if a buyer has not paid An MSME buyer is a gem buyer, seller is a gem seller. So he will raise an incident and you have a lower rating. Incident management policy, report it, then escalate it, then investigate it, then take action and resolve. This is the 5 steps they follow, GEM follow. They are very transparent. They tell you what they do. Buyer flagging system. If more than 30 days payment is due and more than 70 days of raising the incident, then he's called a red flag buyer. If it is more than 20 days and more than 70 days for the crash, he's called a orange flag buyer. So this feature is introduced to help the sellers make informed decision. Sellers will not be penalized for rejecting orders from red buyers. If you're a bad paymaster, obviously sellers will reject you. They will reject your bid. So it's a very transparent and good system actually. Then GEM Sahai. GEM also helps by providing loan, small amount of loan, but to those who are in need. Sahai platform gives you facilitated credit to interested proprietors who are registered sellers on GEM portal and have received orders. Against orders they provide actually. So there is a platform where you can apply. You can go to Sahai platform and you can provide the documents that you have, that is the order, PO or LOI or NOA, whatever you may call, and then you can get this loan from them. And these are the support system. If you want to know anything in GEM, GEM helpline is there, GEM help desk is there, GEM email, GEM chatbot, GEM FAQ, GEM social media pages, GEM e-learning and capacity building facilities are also there. So these are the GEM support you get from Government of India's site. Practical issues are for certain items. I have already told you, like steel. Steel is a very tricky issue. We all know 2019 2021 steel industry really behaved very badly. All the steel manufacturers, what they started doing, they started exporting for a higher price out of the country, and there was a acute shortage of steel inside the country, shooting up the price heavily of the steel and any steel products. So government, we were at that time, we were better off importing from China than buying in India. So at that time, we were asking for permission, please allow us to buy. But the government was taking time. And the steel industry itself is a, sort of kind of a mafia, in the sense that loosely I'm using the word mafia, not in a strict sense, but then, yeah, they are monopolistic. Government of India permission takes months together. This is another thing. So if you custom bid, if you're successful, it is good. Otherwise, or not that all industrial items, industrial equipments, industrial materials, chemicals, those are not available in GEM till date. Now, I'll give you one example. The other day, a person came to me from All India Institute of Medical Science, Delhi. She said that she's not able to procure the super specialty high-end ventilators uh, because as a government institute, she's supposed to procure that through GEM. And in GEM, only one manufacturer is there who comes, uh, whose quality cannot be guaranteed and whose is not proven in the field of medical. And we are talking about the super speciality, very high end ventilator for super critical patients. So with them we cannot take their life risk, therefore they wanted an exemption. So the government said, since you have one manufacturer registered in GEM, you cannot procure from Philips or somebody else who are the international brands of the medical this thing. But here there's a practical problem. This is a life and death question. So unless you have really proven, and just because somebody has started manufacturing and registered in GEM, I mean, I am barred. So this is my disadvantage as a buyer in certain kind of items. So then monopolistic, I have already told you. And option clause blues also I have told you. Sometimes these blues are very difficult to manage. We faced somewhere in December 2023. Uh, they were bent upon not adhering to the contract, and we did, the Dharam Sankat, what we say, the situation was that we didn't want to ban them because we do not have many manufacturers, many suppliers. And knowing that, taking that advantage, they were not adhering to the contract. So all the, Samdam Danved we had to go through, and real blues we had. And of course, finally, we did not succeed. We had to raise the incident and we had to ban them. Thank you very much for hearing me out. I have, I think, taken exactly the time that I was given. And now, if you have any question after my elaborate explanation, you may please raise, and would be very happy to answer. Now, I have stopped sharing, I think. And yes,
It's stop.
yeah, it has stopped. So thank you very much. Any question you can ask, or we can just discuss for 6 minutes, and then we can conclude because everybody has to catch up with their weekend evening plan. I understand. I thank you all for your patient hearing and for staying back. So who all have stayed back?
Yes, madam, there are all.
Then please put on your videos. Let me have the pleasure of looking at your faces who were kind enough to be patient during my deliberations. I hope it helped you all know something new, at least that you did not know. Okay, we have Akash.
Yes.
Hello, Akash. Okay, we have Nanti ji, Brajesh Goel, Vidyanand, Debashish, Arunabha Datta, and others. There are 87 people. Where are you all? So, Akash, are you a student or are you working?
I am working in a Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited as a senior finance officer.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. I have also visited a shipbuilding that is Cochin shipbuilding.
Oh, right.
Right. Could you have some takeaways?
I would like to ask one question.
Yes.
GEM portal currently presently not have system editing of the invoice. If buyer
Okay.
have made some mistake, seller, that GM system is not allowing editing like that CGST, SGST rate. Buyer has a registration number pertaining to other state. He has to
Right.
charge IGST, but by mistakenly he charged CGST, SGST. GM is not
Yes.
allowed presently.
What you can do, you can send emails. Do not raise an incident because
Okay.
incident comes as a complaint. You can raise an email to GEM and seek their help. Then they, provide you the help. They do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank.
Okay. Yes. This is a real problem. I know all the invoices and so many mistakes in the, then CGST, IGST is a common mistake all the time. There are so many
Yeah.
other mistakes in the invoice. Yeah. So I would say you do your invoice management system. You should automatize.
Oh.
You should digitize invoice management. There are companies like ClearText, OpenText. There are companies who provide these services very well. Very good platforms they provide. Centralized payment system, completely automated. Anyone else? So Pooja, I think uh, it is
Any other questions?
Arindam. So
Then please Nanti bhai give vote of thanks.
Yes,
Any question?
yes, Arindam sir. Actually, madam, our CMAs, they are very shy, so they generally don't tend to do a camera work. But then again, let us. I
then
hope they have.
I have advice to give them. Please do not be shy anymore. The time to remain shy is gone. Now this is the time to show your faces like Nanti Bhai, Arindam Bhai, Pooja. Yeah. So now it is the time. Otherwise, there are other institutes who will take away the pie.
Point well taken, ma'am. And once again, ma'am, the number of people attending the same and the way you have started the session right from the start, your let's say your humility, acknowledging each and every employee and each every members. That is the X factor, ma'am. The way you deliver the session, I think each and every member they'll appreciate that the way they have felt the topic coming from you, ma'am, and the intricacies of the small aspects that you have covered. It is really wholesome, ma'am, and we hope to see more of you on such topics. And once again, ma'am, thank you, and thank you,
Here,
Arindam sir.
here I just want to say, I suddenly remembered, I think one of the institute torchbearers had said that there should be more of interaction of smaller groups and physical interaction. I fully agree with you, because physical interaction is much more effective and much more learning experience for the participants, and then and there you can directly uh, address, and also training, grooming, all these sessions along with can go hand in hand. Arindam, I'm telling you, somebody said you're going to become the chairman, most welcomed as chairman. Somebody just said, okay. The trainings can go hand in hand with your academic topics, while the faculty or the expert delivers it. So that will be a very good hybrid kind of a learning and teaching experience. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Nanti bhai, please carry.
Yes, ma'am, and that is very apt also, ma'am. You will be glad to know that the new CEP requirements also that require all the members to have compulsory 14 hours of physical CPRs at minimum. So that is encouraging this kind of physical interactions also. And we have started even last week. We had new rules discussed at WRC office itself. And with this, I thank you once again, ma'am, all the participants, Arindam sir, my chairman sir in his absentia, and all other members. Pujanga madam, you also for handling this session so well. With this,
Thank you, sir.
thank you once again. Let us call it a session.
Yes. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
to everyone. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Bye
We
bye,
will
ma'am.
officially conclude the session, ma'am.
Right. Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.